You need to watch it.
Oh boy. Hey, welcome to Gameday Everyday, boys. As you can see, we got the intro back, all right? This brings back, the good old days when we first started with the intro, We had it, and, but yeah, I'm Jax Davis. That's Tyler Gus over there, and this is Gameday Everyday. What are the headlines for today?
Yeah,
we have
so
top headlines.
first segment of the day, headlines. First headline, of course, is Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, we talk about every single week.
Yes.
And hopefully it is over, but it most likely isn't.
Yes, it's Antonio Brown. He's drama queen.
Antonio Brown, as you know, as we talked in the last episode, he was released.
Mm-hmm.
Over this past weekend, he retired out of the blue and said,
well,
you know what?
Retired.
He retired and came out of the blue and just said, hey, I'm going back to Central Michigan, and I'm going to just take college classes now.
And he posted a picture of his class schedule on the internet.
It's just kind of weird to think, he was on the Raiders at the beginning of, August.
Yep, and then the Patriots.
And then froze his foot, and then called his GM some things.
Honestly, this is,
And then and then got cut, and then signed with the Patriots.
11 days on the Patriots, and then got released.
Scored a touchdown.
And 50 yards.
And then got released by the Patriots. And now
no, guys, think about that. One of the top receivers in the league just finished with 50 yards.
Now imagine him asking you for answers on homework.
Yeah, me and Gus were talking about that earlier. Would you give Antonio Brown your answers? Would you?
He's obviously got money, so he might as well pay up.
I mean, yeah, I think.
Or just sign something.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sign my shirt or something.
No, I think he's getting bombarded in class. I think he has to have private classes or something.
That would make sense.
Yeah, but I feel bad for the professors, because the professors bro, they work too hard anyway. Why would they want to waste?
I don't feel bad for the school though, because they're making a lot more money if more people are gonna go to Central Michigan now.
Yeah, because Antonio Brown's there.
Yeah, exactly.
But no. I guess moving on to the next headline, Gus.
Mm-hmm. So there's a huge QB controversy in Carolina. Of course, Carolina's Cam Newton, former MVP and Super Bowl runner-up.
Yeah.
Might I say?
Mm-hmm.
He's been injured, so they brought in the backup, Kyle Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Allen played pretty well.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Picked up a win against who again?
The Falcons. Falcons, they're a decent team.
They beat the Eagles. They're a team.
Yeah, they're a decent team. They have Matt Ryan.
But Kyle Allen threw 4 TDs and I think 298 yards. So
yeah,
really impressive game from him.
Oh wait, they didn't play the Falcons.
They didn't
play the Falcons.
Then who did they play?
Where are they at? They played the Cardinals.
Okay.
Sorry.
Still a Cardinals team with Terrell Suggs on the other defense.
Oh, yeah.
And Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, they easily won, though, 38-20.
Exactly. So a dominating win over Kyler Murray and a pretty solid Cardinals team, I would say. They're not bad.
Yeah, they're not the worst team in the league anymore.
Yeah.
So, because, they have, I think they're rebuilding the offensive line. And besides, Kyler Murray has the speed to roll out of the pocket anyway and go.
No, yeah. But that's besides the point. The big question is Kyle Allen going to start taking over Cam Newton's job?
If Cam Newton cannot stay healthy, and I think because he's out for a few weeks.
Even when Cam Newton's healthy, he hasn't really played the same way.
Well, no, ever since that first injury or the first surgery, whatever, a few years back. But yeah, if he keeps showing up, and wins ball games, I would leave him in there. Because Carolina, they're possibly a playoff team. Maybe a wild card spot.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Slim chance.
I don't know about that. I think Lions are a wild card team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Kyle Allen definitely has the potential to take over that starting spot in Carolina.
Yeah.
But if he starts performing bad, or we have a Ryan Fitzpatrick situation where Fitzmagic kind of ran out of magic.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, what else do you have? Just a third-string quarterback that hasn't played a single snap in the NFL? Throw him in there and be worse?
No, you'll still play him. I'm saying when Cam Newton's back and fully healthy.
Oh. Well.
Because.
I don't know. That just comes down to the coaching decision.
I really hope Cam comes back. I like Cam.
I like Cam too.
He's one of my favorite players in the league, and it just sucks to see a player hurt by injuries and definitely costing him his
and
job.
not be himself, yeah.
So I think.
But honestly, I don't think he'll be 2016 Cam.
Plus, I know Cam doesn't like doing surgeries either.
Yeah.
So I advise him. I'm not an expert, but please take the surgery. Please, just
Get
Just do
back
something
healthy.
about it. Um,
Next headline.
Moving on. A man I have disrespected many a
I
times.
think everybody's disrespected him
On air, though.
until Sunday.
On air, I disrespected Daniel Jones after the draft. It was a pretty good episode if you want to go back and watch
Yep.
that. That was a while ago, so I don't know why you would. I called Daniel Jones hot garbage and trash, and
And Gus uses that a lot. And I mean, it's
it's a pretty factual statement at the
yeah.
time.
Usually when Gus says things, I don't really take it seriously. But like when it comes to this, and he uses hot garbage, that's when he's being serious.
Yeah.
And I consider that.
Yeah, so Daniel Jones, quarterback for the New York Giants, finally got his first start this weekend. We talked about it a little bit last week on our predictions, which we'll talk about later, but he came back and won against Tampa Bay. And we'll talk about the whole game in general, but we're just going to focus on Daniel Jones here. Do you think Daniel Jones is the next big quarterback in the Big Apple?
I mean, dude, yes. I mean, he showed great energy. He made that Giants defense energetic. It showed that, they had passion to win the game. And it gave him energy.
I wouldn't say they were energetic. I mean, they did allow 190 yards and 3 TDs to Mike Evans.
I mean, yes. But I'm just saying, like, competitiveness. They never gave up. They always thought they had hope to win.
I mean, they came back and won.
No, yeah. But, and every time you thought Daniel Jones stepped on that field, he's going to do something. He's going to do something. You had faith in him.
It's fun because you don't know what to expect from this guy, and there's kind of an anticipation built up when you see him play, where you're like, "Oh, what is he going to do next?"
And also, that brings with the rushing game, he can run a little bit.
Yeah.
And at Duke, that's what they did with him.
2 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, and if you have Eli Manning in the game, he's not going to make that big play.
Eli Manning is definitely.
He is not going to run that 1 yard. 1 yard. But Daniel Jones, he'll sacrifice his body to win a ball game. And that brings hope and excitement for New York Giants fans.
Especially with a team where Saquon Barkley is now going to be out for a bit.
No, yeah. But no, I think there's a lot more hype and excitement for it to be a Giants fan because, in the future, you have a solid quarterback.
Mm-hmm. That's going to conclude it for our headline segment. Yep. Moving on to NCAA football. Big weekend, a lot of upsets.
Very big weekend, yes.
I'll start off with a big one. Central Florida versus, I'm pretty sure, who was it? Pittsburgh.
Oh, boy.
Pittsburgh, we talked about him the week before. Against
Penn State.
Penn State. Did not get the win over Penn State, but they kept it pretty close with them throughout the game. So we were expecting this game with UCF to be a little contested,
Yeah.
Because UCF doesn't have their 2 starting quarterbacks right now because they're both injured.
Yeah.
UCF lost.
That that's tough, boys. But that's college football. That's why we love it, right?
I think it was something like 55 game regular season win game streak, and it's all down the drain now. Pittsburgh.
Hey, all streaks have the end, man. All streaks have the end.
It hurts because on the show I've been promoting UCF to make the playoff for a while now, and to see them have a loss against Pittsburgh.
I know it kind of hurts because that might be the one game where it doesn't let them in.
It's kind of a smack. They're definitely not getting in after this.
Oh,
There's
wow.
no debate. You have no one else on your schedule. You don't really have that strong of a schedule to begin with.
Yeah.
If anything, if UCF wants to make the playoff, I mean, they might as well just join another Power 5 conference.
Yeah.
Join the ACC or.
Well, can they just do that?
Yeah, you can switch in.
Oh, okay.
We saw that with Louisville.
Okay, I didn't know that they could just do that. I thought they had to win to be able to get in it.
Because remember Louisville, they went from ACC or they went from American Conference to ACC after that. So
interesting.
I mean,
I don't know. I think it'd be more exciting, I guess, to see them play against bigger schools. I mean, because they stay close with bigger schools.
The last memorable win I see or have somewhat of a thought of is UCF beating Auburn 2 years ago in that Peach Bowl.
In the shootout, yeah.
And that was a great game, of course, with Shaquille Griffin, Shaquem Griffin, all those guys. It was an amazing game. It was an amazing game for sure. Moving on, Ohio State obviously dominated this week, 76-7.
Yeah, they really don't play anybody anyway. Besides Michigan, that's really the only game they really look forward to.
Speaking of Michigan, moving on to that, Michigan versus Wisconsin. This is the game that we were talking about last week. Really hyped up game. I mean, we were right about our predictions of the game.
Yeah, right.
And
Jonathan Taylor.
Pretty spot on. Jonathan Taylor.
The Heisman candidate right now.
200, I think 200 yards rushing.
203 yards and 2 touchdowns. That man.
The rushing game killed Michigan. Michigan isn't a good team. Who would have thought? I mean, let's be real. I've been calling this ever since the start of the season. I'm like, put Michigan against some real talent, and let's see what they'll do.
And Wisconsin, they have experience. It's mostly seniors.
Michigan hasn't done anything.
Yeah, no. They don't show up in big moments. They don't. No, they don't. You're right.
Sorry, but the moment you start going into overtime with Army is the moment where I stop believing in you.
Yeah.
No offense.
But, I mean, that could happen with any team, though.
But, yeah, Wisconsin won 35-14.
Yeah.
It was a dominating win. And congrats, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Moving on. Unranked USC going against Utah in that game. USC picked up the win with their third-string quarterback because, of course, Slavin's injured, and then the other starter or whatever, the first-string guy. I don't watch USC football.
No, yeah.
I think it was Matt Fink came in and picked up a big win for USC. USC's starting to be back on the rise.
No, yeah, that's good to see. You know, your third-string quarterback comes in ready. He knows the offense. You know, usually if you have a third or fourth guy come in, it's kind of hard because they never really get to play.
No, yeah.
But, yeah, so that's good that he comes in and gets the win.
Now, moving on to Texas versus Oklahoma State. Texas has lost 5 straight home games, I'm pretty sure, against Oklahoma State, which is pretty painful as a Texas fan, no doubt. Especially through the times where they've had Mason Rudolph and we've had, like, David Ash and Case McCoy and Gerard Hurd
good
and
players.
Tyron Swoops and Shane Buechele. I mean...
No, but overall, I mean, it was a pretty competitive game. I liked it. It was a shootout. Sam Ehlinger shows that he's a Heisman candidate. He goes down the field. His offense is great.
I mean, of course it's going to be a shootout. It's a Big 12 football game. There's no other way Big 12 football games are played. I've never seen really a defensive Big 12 game.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I love the Texas offense, man. I really feel like it's going to get them somewhere.
And it's really good to see, you know, Devin Duvernay kind of come into his own as starting to be the best receiver on this team. Sorry, Colin Johnson, and no offense to him. I know he's injured.
They don't really use him.
He was injured.
Oh, he didn't play?
Yeah, he's been injured for 2 weeks now.
No wonder I didn't see him.
Yeah. I mean, he probably wouldn't have anyways because Sam isn't targeting him for some reason. But yeah, Devin Duvernay is starting to come into his own. I think he had like 14 receptions this game. He's starting to rack up those receptions off those little wide receiver screens that we've been playing. It's been looking really good, and especially when we have a versatile running back duo with Johnson now, who originally wasn't even a running back. He was a quarterback, switched over to running back because all our running backs got injured.
Yeah.
So we have a nice little duo with Johnson with the speed and Keontae Ingram with just that power and elusiveness. So it's a nice little tandem in the backfield.
No, yeah, I love the offense, but just, you know, they just have a young defense and short defense. So.
Shout out to the freshman, Brennan Eagles. He's having an incredible year for a freshman. And I think he's had a touchdown in every game so far. So having an incredible year.
Yeah, Texas, man, don't, you know, let us fans root for something this year. Win. Let's go.
Now,
got this.
The next game was also a shootout, if you call it that.
Yeah.
Pac-12 After Dark. No one watches it. No one really cares.
Yeah, it starts so late.
It's already 1 in the morning. I'm already sleeping.
Yeah, I'm tired.
So, Washington State versus UCLA. You know, a game, you know, you're like, okay.
I mean, I'm
not going to stay up for this game, but, you know, I'll watch the highlights in the morning or something. Washington State came into this game ranked. UCLA is unranked, of course. I think they're 1-2 so far. Chip Kelly's team's just not getting it done right now.
Nope, not for the past few years.
Anthony Gordon throws 9 touchdowns in this game.
9
touchdown passes. Do you know how much you have to carry a team to throw 9 touchdown passes? And shout out to the receiving corps, I guess, too.
Yeah, they know how to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Unlike Aguilar or something.
Yeah, we don't talk about Aguilar for the Eagles. Yeah, so 9 passing touchdowns. However, with this, you know, with him scoring all the touchdowns for the team.
Having a great game.
63 points put up by Washington State obviously wasn't enough as UCLA came from behind and won the game 67-63.
Gus, it's really hard to hear those words come out of your mouth. How 63 points was not enough.
If you love offense, that was the game for you.
Yes, and that is really hard to say that 63 points isn't enough in football. How do you do that? Do you just not try anymore?
This could have passed off as a college basketball game. To be fair, if you just look at the points and the teams.
Like, that's just... I just don't see how that happens. I sincerely think they just didn't try anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no way they just had the motivation to go because they thought they had the lead so far.
I would expect this from a Big 12 team, but not a Pac-12 team.
Well, I wouldn't expect that from any big conference team at all.
What are you talking about? LSU and A&M last year?
I mean...
That was like 70 points each.
I know, but just... This is kind of...
No words.
Yes, there are no words. It's kind of disappointing. I hate to see like teams not compete anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, they just give up too early.
Well, I want to stay on the topic of SEC Masterclass. Yeah. Georgia playing against Notre Dame.
Yep, great game.
It was all right game. That was a really slow start. Mm-hmm. Both of the offense couldn't get started at all. Georgia picked it up though in the second half.
They usually have the running game, so
and
they
Notre Dame
use that a lot.
Notre Dame, a team I'm not very adamant on. I don't think they've really faced any tough opponents, and this is their first tough opponent. Mm-hmm. They kept it close. They had a chance to win the game, or at least tie it up.
Yeah.
And, Georgia pulled out with a win here.
Yeah, they couldn't convert a third down.
And I saw pandemonium in Sanford Stadium. So
wow.
So that was pretty great. That was a great sight to see. Now moving on to Auburn versus Texas A&M. This is our final game that we're going to be talking about today.
Okay. I didn't get to watch that game.
I didn't really watch much of it either, but Texas A&M looked very lackluster on defense.
Really?
Especially in the first half. Mm-hmm. Bo Nix.
God.
I mean, he's a great quarterback.
Yeah, he had a great game.
He was pretty solid.
We predicted this.
And, I predicted A&M was going to win, but Auburn picked up the win. So
heck yeah.
I'm kind of glad I was wrong.
I mean, in the end, Auburn is shown this season that they can close games. Mm-hmm. You know, against Oregon, they closed the game out, came back.
No, yeah.
You know, and I think they're one of the better teams. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, go Auburn. Congrats.
Shout out Hayden. Moving on to NFL.
Yep.
This was the final one we'll be covering.
A big week, I would say.
This is kind of the...
No, yes.
This is the week where it's the final week to somewhat make a statement at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
However, it doesn't mean how well you're going to do for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
So someone could start 3-0 and end up 6-10.
Yeah. So in general, or for example, the Buffalo Bills, they are 3-0.
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, they're playing great.
Tre'Davious White looked really impressive. I think he had 2 picks this past weekend.
Yes, Josh Allen is looking great. Josh Allen is a legit quarterback so far.
Best arm in the game.
No, but the Bills, for the past few years, they've been a tough competitive team. They've been in games. They made the playoffs a year or two ago with LaShawn McCoy as running back. And, they're just a competitive team. I like it. They're scrappy. They're young.
Tyrod Taylor at quarterback, too.
Yeah. But no,
3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 3. But, that's a wild card team. Or if they continue this up and keep winning ball games, they'll be they'll have a playoff spot.
I mean, that's not too hard in the AFC.
Yeah, but I guess.
AFC is pretty garbage.
Yeah. But no, if, Josh Allen keeps this up, he'll be, even better. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, he gets some pieces around him and has more success.
No, yeah. That was definitely a good game. Mm-hmm. A game that kind of stood out to me was definitely the Chiefs and Ravens. A lot of you guys both all of you guys, if you didn't see
the last episode with Andrew and Victor.
Andrew and Victor were on the show, so go watch that after this episode. We talked about the Chiefs and Ravens game. Yeah. And I definitely think you guys all picked the Ravens, and I picked the Chiefs, and I was pretty much right. Let's be real.
Yes, you were right. Patrick Mahomes did outplay Lamar Jackson in the end because Pat Mahomes is the best. It's really hard for me to say the best quarterback in the NFL.
He is the best quarterback in the NFL. That shouldn't be hard to say.
But I said last episode that if the Ravens just had clock management, ran the ball, I thought they'd had a chance to win the game.
Yeah, I have to add on to that definitely because Lamar Jackson didn't look like himself. That whole first half, he looked very stale. That whole offensive drives just didn't really pan out to anything. Mm-hmm. And when he started handing the ball to Mark Ingram, the game changed in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Ingram went off this
Right.
past weekend. He had like 2 TDs. He had like
Mhm.
100 yards at least.
Yeah. So what you're saying is it wasn't the Lamar Jackson show.
It wasn't. It was the Mark Ingram show.
Yeah.
And I think people were too focused on Lamar Jackson not doing good when Mark Ingram was performing amazing.
Which no, but I think I agree with you at this point that it should not just be the Lamar Jackson show. I think he should have the team come in. It should be Mark Ingram. It should be the receivers in it. It should be all the team.
That whole team is a collective, especially with Hayden Hurst and Mark Andrews, and I'm pretty sure there's another tight end who all three of them are pretty solid tight ends.
No, yeah, but I mean overall a great game. I mean both defenses I guess held them down. I guess they had a great game, but
Chiefs won by 8, right?
26-33.
Okay, so it was 7-point win.
Yeah.
Cowboys game, of course, this weekend. Yeah, we always talk about it. Cowboys playing against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are known as the worst team in the league right now.
Yes, they are. The first half was a different story. Yes, the Dolphins have NFL professional football players. Okay.
It was a shock to me too.
And in the first half, it was
last
great.
week I think I said a really good college team.
Yeah, like a D2. No, but hey, look.
Well, calm down.
Oh,
I never said that. Don't twist my words. I said a really good college team. But But continue.
No, but yeah, they have pro football players. Okay. First half they play better than us.
6 to 10 at half.
Yeah. God, who's their back? Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen looked like a decent quarterback out there.
Came down with injury and Fitz came in. Fitz
had the hot hand, dude. I was so mad how they took him out. He had a good drive.
I think he led them to that drive to the field goal.
Yeah.
Which, it's pretty tragic for Fitz magic.
I mean, yeah, 3 points, but dude, he had the hot hand, and then Josh Rosen comes in and doesn't score at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's Fitzpatrick, but dude, give the guy a chance.
No, yeah.
Because he was lighting him up.
What do you mean? Wait. Hold up. Why did I agree to that? Give Fitzmagic a chance? This man has had chances for his whole career ever since the Bills.
I'm sorry, dude.
He's had enough chances.
Look, man, it's just...
I'd rather play a dude who's only in his second year rather than Ryan Fitzpatrick.
You have a point. The kid needs some experience.
Exactly.
I get you.
And it sucks, that you have a pretty trash team around you and you traded all your assets away, but make the best of it.
But no,
it's not like
Cowboys came out second half. Dak Prescott came out second half, said, I'm done. No more. We're winning this game. And it's kept connecting with Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper had 2 TDs. Zeke, he had 125 yards. So, I mean, overall, this Cowboys team.
Amari Cooper killed it for me on fantasy. So, shout out to him.
No, yeah, but this Cowboys team, man, it's looking great. We're the best team in the NFC. If anybody says the Eagles are, what's wrong with you?
Eagles shouldn't be because they're 1-2 and they lost to the undefeated Lions.
Yes, thank you. And yes, they are injured. They don't have Deshaun Jackson. They don't have Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon Jeffrey might be playing this week.
I know, but they have Aguilar. That man cannot catch. They had 7 drops.
I felt really bad for Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz was starting to look like an MVP caliber quarterback once again. And I don't really feel bad for Eagles players, but I felt bad for him because he had so many chances to win that game. But sadly,
his teammates couldn't help him out.
Yeah, the people that are supposed to surround him and help him out just couldn't.
But, dude, the Eagles, no. They are not better than the Cowboys. I don't want to hear that again. But anybody besides Eagles only Eagles fans will say that. But anybody that's not an Eagles fan will agree with us. Hopefully.
But I don't care about the Eagles in that game. I care about the Lions because I'm a Matthew Stafford advocate.
Yes, I agree. He's underrated.
I stand for Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
I'll even wear a Lions jersey one day here.
And I wouldn't care.
So, I mean... Matthew Stafford is finally starting to get the recognition he needs and deserves, and I really hope this Lions team makes it to the playoffs.
It would be great to see Matthew Stafford
this
back
franchise
in the
has been through so much, Jackson.
No, it's bad.
They've never made an NFC championship ever.
It sucks. All right, Matthew Stafford's the best thing that ever happened to him.
He is, and they've taken that for granted.
Yes,
I think they have. But I think they finally built a solid team around him, especially with the coaching staff with Matt Patricia as coach, especially, with his past experience with the Patriots and all that. So I really hope this Lions team makes it.
Hopefully Matthew Stafford has some success before he retires.
And I think he's definitely found his deep threat target with Marvin Jones as, a sufficient guy.
Yeah,
so
a replacement for Kelvin Johnson, Megatron.
No one will ever replace Kelvin Johnson.
Well, I'm just saying that's his wideout. That's
No
gotta
one.
go catch up the ball.
There's still an empty spot on the field where Calvin Johnson was.
Hell, he still might come back, so we don't even know.
Not to the Lions, I know that.
I think that's really all the big games. Vikings, they won dominantly.
I don't understand your hype around the Vikings. Who do they play?
They played the Raiders.
My point exactly.
Okay, well, still, the Raiders, decent.
What, Raiders are a decent
Oh, my
team?
God, they're decent. Okay, their offense is okay. Derek Carr is having a
There's
okay
someone else
season.
other than Derek Carr.
Yeah, sorry, don't know.
You don't know anyone else on that Raiders offense?
No.
My
No,
point
I'm
exactly.
sorry.
That
All
Raiders offense couldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
So,
All right, I guess we'll move on to the predictions just really quick. The first game, SMU versus TCU.
Mm-hmm.
TCU lost, all right? Gus won that one. The soccer game, Chelsea versus Liverpool. Gus, I don't know enough about soccer. You know,
Yeah,
I don't need to know. Liverpool won. The Giants and Tampa Bay. I won that one. The Jets pulled out. Or no, the Giants pulled out 1-point victory. Louisville versus FSU. Gus won that one. Florida State with the victory. Number 5, Central Arkansas and Hawaii. Gus won. Hawaii won. But yeah, sorry we had to do that so quick, but we had to leave. But yeah, this is Game Day Everyday, episode 45. And yeah, boys, we'll see you in 46. Make sure to comment down below what you think in the comments. And yeah, we'll see you.
Adios.
Amigos.